Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar on building a business process that fuels multi-channel selling. I'm Janaki, the product marketer for Zoho Inventory, and I'll be taking you through this webinar today. But before I get into this subject, I would like to give a brief introduction on Zoho, as some of you might have just started using Zoho products and perhaps new to Zoho. So for them, who are we? Zoho has been in this business since 1996, and ever since we've been growing enormously. Currently, we have 20 million users for a range of 31 products across 100 different countries. We provide solutions for almost all kinds of business needs, be it sales and marketing, IT and help desk, email and collaboration, human resources, business processes, and finance as well. Speaking of finance, many of you must be using at least one of the Finance Suite products. So I'll just quickly take you through to the Zoho Finance Suite products that we have. So first there is Zoho Books, which is an accounting software. Then there is Zoho Expense, which helps you record expenses and get approvals. Then there is Zoho Inventory, on which I would be giving a brief demo a little later. Then there is Zoho Subscriptions for your subscriptions management. And then there is Zoho Invoice for sending invoices and following up with your payments. So Zoho Finance Suite provides you a range of products for running your back office effortlessly and efficiently. So if you're interested and curious about knowing more about any of these products, please visit our website and I'll get to the agenda of today's webinar. In the first half of the webinar, I'll be taking you through the multi-channel selling, and then there is a brief demo on Zoho Inventory. So without any further delay, let's get started. To understand the hidden challenges in multi-channel selling, let me take a practical example. Let's say Susan here quits a day job to start her own business of selling t-shirts. So initially, to start with, she finds a suitable vendor where she can get the products from, and then she does a little marketing activities like giving pamphlets and putting up a signboard and things like that. So after doing all this, Susan slowly starts getting 3-4 orders on a daily basis. So now how she runs her business is that, so first she gets orders from her customers and then makes up a call to her vendor and orders the products for which she got the order for, and then mostly delivers them in person or relies on local post and gets paid in cash. So now her business process is very simple. All her purchases, payments, and other business transactions, everything is managed manually. So for example, the number of purchases per day, the number of sales per day, the payments that she has to get, the follow-ups, all the details are recorded manually in books on a daily basis. And this is pretty much common for almost all kinds of small businesses when they initially start out with. So most of their or all of their business transactions are recorded either in books or spreadsheets. But there is a way more sophisticated and affordable way to manage your business transactions. I'll be, explaining more on this a little later, but now let's get back to the Susan story. So after some time, she realized that her products were well received and she wanted to expand her business. So she did quite a research and decided that she wanted to start selling on online marketplaces like Amazon, Shopify, and Etsy and eBay. But before she starts her online account, she realized that there are a lot of things that she needs to be prepared for. So what are those? She had to come up with a brand name which is pretty attractive and catchy, and then price that's appropriate and competitive enough compared to the other players in the market, and high quality product images, which is a very, very important aspect when it comes to selling on online marketplaces, because these images play a very important role, and customers look at these images while making their buying decision. So having a high quality product images is quite important, and then a description which gives details as to how your product is unique or some important product specifications that you might want to mention about the product, and then stock levels in each selling channel. So before, when Susan was selling in omni-channel, or when she was only getting orders from in and around the neighborhood, she did not have any inventory as such. But when she decides to sell on these online marketplaces, she'll have to come up with an appropriate inventory that she would like to maintain. So like each online marketplace, she have to maintain a certain number of products, that is inventory, which she'll have to decide on. But all these important factors, like price and description and stock levels, and they're all strategy related decisions you can take with help of a lot of online resources that is available. Like there are a lot of online resources like podcasts, articles, and help guides as to how to sell on eBay or how to sell on Etsy. So you can go through all this and take help of these resources and make decisions and formulate your strategy for starting your online accounts in these marketplaces. So by doing thorough research, Susan decides on all these factors and starts selling on online accounts. And excitingly, she gets many orders. But one thing she realizes is that her business process was not simple as it was before. It got a lot more complicated. So that's what I'm going to discuss right now as to how her business process is different now as compared to before. Initially, Susan used to get orders only from in and around the neighborhood. But now she gets orders from 3 different selling channels. That's Amazon, Etsy, and eBay, which means she has to keep tab on all of these marketplaces for checking for new orders. Next, once she receives these orders, she'll have to record all the contacts that she gets. That is all the contact details, name, and most importantly, the shipping address. So once she records these contacts, now she has to create sales orders and send them back to the customers. And sometimes Susan also did drop shipment when her products went out of stock. So which means she also had to create purchase orders and send to her vendor and follow up with the vendor as well. So once she gets the orders from these selling channels, then create contacts and create sales orders, and then comes processing the orders. So now she'll have to check the inventory level, which sometimes involves recounting of her inventory, and reorder if the stock is low. And for that, she'll have to send purchase orders to her vendors and follow up with them, and then track and update stocks in her Excel sheet as and when she keeps getting new orders. And not only in Excel sheets, Susan, since she's selling on online marketplaces, she will also have to update the number of products or inventory available in each of these selling channels as and when she makes sales. So that's pretty hectic. And there's more. So after she is done with processing the orders, and now comes the fulfilling of orders. Here, before initially relied mostly on direct deliveries or on the local post. But selling on Amazon, Etsy, or eBay means your product gets global exposure. So which means Susan also got many overseas orders. So for fulfilling these, she'll have to set up an account with shipping carriers. So Susan did set up account with shipping carriers, and she had to create packaging slips and follow up with the delivery, and also provide status to her customers who inquire for delivery status. And while doing all this, she also had to send invoices and also follow up with the customers and collect payments as well. So though some of the marketplaces provide you the option of fulfilling the orders, but still you also keep getting sales from other selling channels as well, or direct sales. So it is always advisable to have your own fulfilling system as well. So compared to her previous business process, Susan's day-to-day activities had really expanded at a large basis. So now Susan's business process has become a lot more complicated. So before, it was just getting orders and calling up a vendor and making orders that she got and then delivering them directly and getting paid in cash. But now on a daily basis, she has to check all 3 of the selling channels offers for new orders, and then create contacts, create sales orders, check inventory levels, and do recounting once or twice a day, and then update her Excel sheets, and as well as update each of the selling channel as and when she makes new sales, and then go for fulfilling her orders, create packing slips, track delivery status, provide delivery status to the customers, and then send invoices, make follow-up for payments. So that's pretty huge and complex and hectic to be managed by one single person. Adding to the operational difficulties, Susan also had issues while selling in multiple currencies. She was not aware of the exchange rates that prevailing in every country, and moreover, the tax regulations and the tax implications varied from country to country. And apart from this, having your data spread across different spreadsheets creates a lot of difficulty in getting business insights or measuring your channel performance, and which is very important for formulating your future strategy. And apart from mismanagements and operational difficulties, these inventory and order management hassles also lead to a huge deal of customer dissatisfaction. So when you do not have your inventory or order management under control, this might lead to stockouts, delayed deliveries, damaged products, and payment failures. All these factors plays a huge role in customer dissatisfaction and then discouraging them to make the second purchase. Now coming to the solution part. The most effective and affordable solution that helps you almost automate and centralize your entire business operation is a cloud-based inventory and order management software. We at Zoho provide you exactly that sort of solution. So Zoho Inventory is a cloud-based order management software, which means you can access it from anywhere or everywhere as long as you have an internet connection and a computer. We also have a mobile app version of the software, making it even more convenient to access. Now coming to its features, it has all the functions that lets you automate and centralize your entire inventory operations and activities. You can create and manage all of your orders from a central location, track your inventory, and integrate it with popular online marketplaces, shipping carriers, payment gateways as well. So enough of talking, I'm really excited to show you how Zoho Inventory practically works in making your order management effortless. So after you set up and log in, this is how your inventory dashboard looks like. But before I take you through the dashboard, let me tell you how can you integrate your Zoho Inventory with your online marketplaces. So you can see your integration tab on the left hand side. So click on it and you have a tab called Marketplace and Shopping Cart. So you can use both these tabs to integrate your Zoho Inventory with your online marketplaces. Now for the purpose of demo, I have integrated my account with Etsy and one of the shopping cart, Shopify. So all your products and sales orders will be synced once you integrate your account with these online marketplaces. So now let me go back to the dashboard. So right on top, I have the sales activity. It shows me the sales order status, that is the number of sales orders to be packed, to be shipped, to be delivered, and to be invoiced. And when you click on these bars, it shows you the list of sales orders that are to be packed so that you can take action and make arrangements for packing and delivery. Now going back to the dashboard. And right next to it, I have inventory summary, which shows me quantity in hand and the total quantity to be received. And below that, I have block in red, low stock items, which shows me the items that are below reorder levels. So you can set a certain amount of reorder level for each of your items. So once those items go below the reorder level, those items show up here. And you will also get email notifications whenever your items go below the reorder level. And then there are the number of item groups and items. And then next to it, you have your top selling items, which shows you the top selling items so far. And this can be viewed based on various time periods, that is for this month or previous month. And you can also customize the time period as well. So the purpose of showing you the top selling items is that you can see the number of inventory available right below it, so that you can make sure that your top selling items never go out of stock. And right below it, you have purchase order, which shows the total quantity order for the selected time period. Again here, you can set the time period according to your wish, and it shows you the total quantity ordered and the total cost involved. And right next to it, you have the sales order, which shows you the sales that you received from different selling channels. Like right here, I have the direct sales, Shopify, Etsy. So from these selling channels, how much of sales orders have I received and what is the status of each sales order, whether it's in the draft status or confirmed or packed. Again, this can be viewed based on different time periods. And below it, I have the most important information, which shows me the number of sales I have made from each of the selling channel. So for you to measure your sales channel performance, all you have to do is just have a look at your dashboard. And right here, you can see the number of sales you have made in each of these selling channels, which helps you make decisions on what resources and how much resources you should be allocating to these selling channels in future. So that's the dashboard, providing you the bird's eye view of your order and inventory management status. And now I have items tab, which shows me the items in the item groups. And then I have the items showing the individual items, their SKUs, and then the available quantity and their reorder level. Now in this demo account, haven't set any reorder level, but when you set reorder level, it will show you the reorder level as well. But in case if you're wondering the difference between item groups and items, I'll just explain you that. So in case of item groups, For example, say you are selling t-shirts, then one particular product has different variables in it. Like for example, a t-shirt can be of different sizes and different colors as well. So if I just click this view, I can see that in red t-shirt I have different sizes and as well as different models as well. If you have items that do not have any variables, then you can just go ahead and create individual items without the variables containing in it. And then we have composite items where you can sell 2 or 3 products together at a different pricing. And then we have sales orders. Here you can see that my sales orders, and I've since have synced it with Etsy and Shopify. You can see that I have all the sales orders from those selling channels I have synced, and it's showing me right here. And you can also see the status, whether it's invoiced and packed and shipped. And based on the different status, you can also view your sales orders from the confirmed status or for packaging. So you can modify the view and view sales orders based on your requirement. And then I have packages showing me the number of packages and then their status, whether it's shipped or not shipped. And then I have invoices and their status right here. And then I have purchase orders. Again, the status can be viewed right here based on different views. And then I have bills. The same goes for bills as well. I have the details of the date and the vendor's name and the status, whether it is paid or overdue. And coming back to integrations, so before I told you the integrations with respect to the marketplace and shopping cart, but let me show you some other interesting integrations that Zoho Inventory provides. So we have the shipping integrations where you have more than 30 plus shipping carriers where you can set up your shipping carrier account with. And once you set up your account here, you will be able to create packing slips inside your Zoho Inventory and track your delivery status. And then we have payment integrations, which helps you receive your payments while sending invoices to your customers itself. So once you set up your account and integrate your payment gateways, like we have PayPal, Stripe, etc. So once you integrate and set up an account, while you send your invoices to your customers, in the invoices itself, they'll be having an option to make payment for you. So you can directly collect payments from your customers right from the invoice you send. And then we have integration with Zoho Books. So Zoho Books and Zoho Inventory is pre-integrated, which means all your contacts, sales orders, bills, purchase orders, settings and items, everything is already synced. So all your transactions with respect to your invoices and taxes, you can carry forward without having to duplicate these informations. And then we have CRM integration as well, which is basically your customer relationship management. So you can integrate your Zoho Inventory with Zoho CRM. Again, there you have your contacts and items already synced. And then we have Avalara integration. So as I explained to you before, the problem of not knowing tax exemptions and tax regulations of other countries, you can integrate your account with Zoho Inventory with Avalara, which helps you provide these information. And we have Slack integration. If you use Slack for your business communications, then you can integrate your Slack account with Zoho Inventory and get instant notifications on your low stock items and the items that sync between your sales channels and Zoho Inventory, and also your sales orders. So that's quite a number of integration options that Zoho Inventory provides you with. And then we have reports. Now coming to reports, Zoho Inventory provide you with a range of reports based on inventory, sales and purchases. So under inventory, you can view product sales report, active purchase orders reports and inventory details. And under sales, you can have sales order history, invoice history and the payments received, packaging history. And under purchases, you can again view details regarding your purchase order history and receipts history and how many purchases you have made by vendor and by item. So let me show one example. Let's view the inventory details report. So I have, for the mode of tracking is bills and invoices, and I have the date range for this month, but let me just change it to this year and run the report. So under the inventory details, it gives me the product name, and for that product, I have the quantity ordered and the quantity committed, and then quantity in, quantity out, and the quantity available. So this information is available across all the products. This is one such report. And let me show you another report. Then there is product sales report, for which there is the product details here. and the margin and the quantity sold and the total sales price. Here some of the margins show 0 because I have not entirely entered the details here since it's a demo account. But then on a normal view, you will have your products for which you will be able to view the margin you have made, and then the quantity sold for that particular product, and then the total sales price, the total sales you have made for that particular products. So that's how Zoho Inventory works and helps you in automating and centralizing your inventory and order management system. So thank you so much for listening to this webinar, and now we will move on to the question and answer session.